Viewer, if you're tuning in this morning, waking up to what exactly happened overnight, because it appeared that there could have been tensions de-escalating, but now I can tell you India has, in retaliation, as you can see on your screens, 4 locations. In fact, there are multiple locations, more and more, as the developments are getting confirmed to us, from Islamabad, Lahore, Rawalpindi. The hub and the seat, or must I say, the real jugular vein of Pakistan have been hit, and how only the military installations and targets to basically to be able to bring down the power of Pakistan military. In turn, India ensuring that our defense systems are protecting our people and the strikes coming our way on the skies of Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Gujarat, Rajasthan, the border areas. India-Pakistan share a border of about 3,323 kilometers, and every inch is being monitored real-time by our leadership, by our armed forces, to ensure people are at least protected. Look at that. Now, this visual on your screen is the latest. It has come in from a Pak drone launch pad. This is where the launch pad, this is in Neelam Valley, Pakistan-occupied Jammu Kashmir, because that's what they've done to POJK. A beautiful location, historically so important, but they've used it for terror launch pads. That's what POJK really has become. Now, this launch pad has been struck by the Indian Armed Forces. Exact location, the visual on your screen, evidence. This is apart from, and we'll put out those visuals as well. If you're waking up this morning, what happened in Lahore, Islamabad, Rawalpindi, multiple locations, the hub of Pakistan Army headquarters in Rawalpindi, the seat of General Asim Munir, and of course, in many ways where the refuelers have been, and which were being used to basically send missile strikes toward India. Shivani Sharma continues to be with us, Amit Bhardwaj as well. Amit, tell me about, of course, we are not revealing details, but the kind of, the high alert that you see around you in Srinagar. What are you hearing from nearby areas? Avantipura has been very crucial, and we know that there have been attempts to intercept and thwart any strike from Pakistan coming our way to our bases.
Right, Pooja. You know, if you come from Jammu towards Srinagar, for our viewers' understanding, Avantipura is the first base of sorts. We also have an air base in Avantipura, and after that you reach Srinagar. And what we heard last night is that there were attempts by Pakistani forces to breach this particular area, and it was accordingly dealt with by our air defense system and the security forces, and all such attempts were actually foiled by the Indian defense system. So that's what has happened across, you know, Avantipura, Srinagar. But this morning seems to be a little concerning, especially because of the loud sounds that we have heard. You know, I've been here for a couple of days now. Srinagar was away from any such explosion sounds, but again I'm reiterating that we will be sharing those details only when the officials confirm as to what exactly was nature of the explosion. That was multiple explosion sounds that were heard across Srinagar this morning. One particularly, as I mentioned, you know, at 6 a.m. Was quite loud, like the way we have been hearing across the line of control in the past few days. It was similar to that. We do not know as to whether it was some drone or some other object or you know, which has been completely dealt with by our defense system, because we cannot you know, we are not getting reports of any damage in the around the town of Srinagar, which clearly indicates that whatever object it has been successfully dealt with. But the details of it will be shared at point in time when India's defense establishment gives a confirmation about it. As far as the line of control villages are concerned, you know, this was possibly also anticipated by the administration out here, the defense personnel out here, and that is why when we were moving deep into the line of control villages yesterday, particularly after Uri town, the checkpost, military checkpost, you cannot cross it. Usually we were being given access up till Salamabad a few days back, but yesterday all those access points were stopped. The reason being was that all the focus yesterday was on evacuation of all these villages, because day before we had seen as to how Pakistan has resorted to firing of artilleries. You and I understand that, you cannot fire these artilleries on civilians, innocent civilians, and on the villages on the line of control. But Pakistan resorted to such unholy act, and that is why villages such as Salamabad, Kamalkot, all these areas had sustained major damages. The villages had sustained
on our
major
screens,
damages.
look at the differentiation that India has made. And we'll put out that on our screens again. On one side, you see India striking terror hideouts first and then military targets in retaliation to what? In retaliation to Pakistan targeting our civilian population, whether it's in Jammu, whether it's in Firozpur. Look at that. Look at the retaliation that India, despite the distress and anger that all Indians have faced since 22nd April, even then there is, because we are a professional army, has done with a calibrated, precise approach on specific targets. Pakistan, on the other hand, is harming our innocent civilians, and we are getting consistent information from Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Jammu, Kashmir, the border states, where precisely at this time Pakistan is not differentiating and hitting into Indian territory. Of course, all of that is being thwarted and more, but there have been, sadly, casualties also reported in some areas, especially very close to the border. Shivani Sharma continues to be with us. Shivani, I want to bring you in here. When we expect at about 10 a.m. that briefing that will happen, what are your sources in the defense sector telling you about, of course, right now, the defense systems that we have, multi-layered approach, whether it's Akash, whether it's Spider and others as well, and of course S-400, they are being used as and when required. But India possibly is preparing for days to come, realizing that Pakistan refuses to learn.
See, Pooja, when Operation Sindoor was being planned, all this was kept in mind that after Operation Sindoor, as India is well aware of Pakistan's nature, there will be retaliation, and that's why all our aerial defense systems are always at place. And we've been seeing how these attempts made by Pakistan have been thwarted efficiently by these air defense systems, a combination of them by the Indian Army, the Indian Air Force, and depending upon the range and capability as required as required for the threat, they are being activated. They are neutralizing these threats, and India is well prepared. Remember, the chiefs had met the Prime Minister yesterday, and they also met the Defence Minister yesterday. There have been multiple deliberations in last few days and weeks, Pooja, when Operation Sindoor was being planned. So India is well prepared, and Pakistan is known to escalate tensions because it was hit hard in its terror hubs. It was endorsing and sponsoring. So India is now giving it back to Pakistan in full force. There have been action through the night by India inside Pakistan's strategic locations, including the Rauf Khan Air Base of Rawalpindi, which happens to be the strategic seat of Pakistan's Air Force. And
Shivani,
the
Noor
other
Khan Base,
locations
the Air Force base in Jang as well. Explosions in Lahore, Islamabad. These are, remember, very important locations when it comes to Pakistan military, because remember, more than the political leadership in Pakistan, it's the ISI and Pakistan army that basically decides how to go about it, and they are getting exposed as now. Remember, however, India is prepared at every juncture in the days to come.